At what point in your training did you realize that you wanted to have a career in the world of dance?
Well, I didn't get honest with myself about it until I was 17, right before my senior year of high school. But ever since I can remember, we used to pray to be able to be a dancer. Like, please let me be a dancer, dear God. And then I would wake up the next day and be like, I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a physical therapist, you know. But in my heart of hearts, from the day I can remember, that's what I wanted to do.
Tell me about the companies that you were a part of.
Okay. Let's see. The first one was Happen Dance, which I started dancing with them when I was a senior in college. And then when I went to grad school, I worked with A. Ludwig Dance Theater, which is run by Ann Ludwig. Then Rain Dance Theater, which was founded by a colleague of mine in grad school. Her name was Rain Ho'okala. Then also the Cleveland company, which was called Travesty Dance Group Cleveland, and that still exists. That's Kimberly Carpenter's group. I think that's it. Oh, and of course there was one that I started dancing with like between 99 and 02 called 100th Monkey under Jesse Richards.
So what is the most challenging aspect of running a nonprofit dance studio?
Raising enough money to do all the work that you feel like your mission wants you to do. And along with that comes just having a few people doing everything, which is really hard. You know, everybody's really far in over their heads in terms of 12 and 14-hour days. Just a few of us doing that. You know, we really need about double the people to do the work that we do if we were going to be healthy about it and have a good work-life balance. So that's the hard part, is just feeling like there's a huge need for what we're doing, but you know, it's hard to raise enough money to support an infrastructure that can do that in a healthy way.
So on the flip side, what's the most rewarding aspect?
I'd say seeing a tangible change for the better because of what you do. I know lots of times if people work on policy, they don't really get to talk with people who their lives have been made so much better by the policies they write. But when you're doing, you know, our company's all about quality of life, giving people access to a higher quality of life. And after being in it for so many decades, to have people come back to you 20 years later and go, I graduated because of you. I, you know, didn't kill myself because of you. I had the life of my dreams because of you. That is just seeing a real, like, oh, my actions equal this result, and it was exactly what the mission wanted it to be. There's just no joyful, satisfying feeling like that anywhere else.
How has your vision motivated you to help bring dance to the community?
Well, I think when I was in grad school, I realized that dance is just a tool, and that what I really live for is kind of my worldview is about a collective identity. You know, I know not everybody has that. Some people have more of an individual identity, and they feel like they're going to be self-sufficient and they're not going to burden anybody and they're going to take care of their own stuff, and I just am not that way. I just feel like we're all in this together. I want everyone to come together, and so I kind of started realizing that was the way that informs my perspective a lot, and that I believe that everyone should have the opportunity to create a great quality of life, no matter where you live or how much money you make or what language you speak, or that you should get a chance to have an amazing quality of life. And that doesn't always mean you have to make a lot of money. And then I saw, well, dance can be that. It's a tool that anytime someone's moving their body, their quality of life is going to get better because of all the benefits, the health, the intellectual, the social, the expressive. And then when you start looking at having community events around something and sitting and watching someone dance, that makes, that enhances your quality of life. if we can give access to that movement training, to that way of connecting ideas, to those community events, if we can give those to people through dance, then we can make the world better.
What is the ultimate goal you want to reach during your career as a creative administrator?
The ultimate goal.
Or like something you'd like to do.
Yeah. Well, we've checked a bunch of boxes. Like, we've reached a bunch of goals. I would like to have, so the field of dance is desperately in need of men. And, if you're graduating from high school and you want to major in dance and you're a boy, you'll probably get a full scholarship to a great school. And I want to really train some boys to dance because the job market is great, and the college scholarship perspectives are great, and there's a whole group of boys that want to be professional athletes, and they love music and they like to dance, and I think there's a bunch of boys that don't know that the world needs them in that capacity, and they could do great things. So I really want to get a system going where we can give them real training so that they can really be ready for that. All of them. All the boys. All the boys in Lansing.
Yes.
But not just for the boys. I also feel like there's going to be a ton of girls that if they only had access to excellent dance training, that they could create the life of their dreams as well. So I'd like to get to every kid. I'd like to give them the best dance training that like you and I got to have. I want every kid to have access to that if they so choose. I also want to have an endowment that's big enough that we could be a funder, that we could bring big companies here, and without having them on the big presenter circuit at Wharton Center, that we could bring them to our own theater and present who we want, who can just stay here and make a big, instead of just for like spending $60 to go see something at Wharton Center, to create like a real community residency with some really big name dance companies, and that we're the ones that people are applying for grants to give them the money to come here and do this Lansing residency.